Excuse me while I tweet. There's really two things I was worried about in this presentation. One is my ability to touch this high in the screen because it comes up later. The other one is I need a little bit of group participation in about 100 seconds. So I was going to talk about how fun job seeking is until Paul decided to take all the wind out of my sails. So really, if anyone looks at my LinkedIn profile, you're going to see that I've had a job for the last 5 years, which means that in terms of job seeking, I probably wouldn't know what I'm talking about, except I've been building a job search engine, so I've seen the best and the worst that job seekers have had to deal with. So this New Year's, I had some really selfish resolutions too, but the number one resolution I had is that I'm going to help one person each month get a job. So if you do have a job in this group, which should be about 85% of you, take that same resolution too. Here's an incredibly complex graph not made with a pivot table from Calculated Risk blog that shows how long it takes the unemployment to recover in a recession. This is us. So you can see we're not quite through it yet. So the very first point of my 5 points that I'm going to bring up is that your resume shouldn't be more than 6 months old. Even if you're currently employed, at the very worst, it makes it really easy to write a bio if anyone wants to talk about you after Ignite Minneapolis, hint, hint. And the second point that I want to talk about is the unemployment number. It's stupid, it doesn't matter, it's incredibly complex. It doesn't take into effect any location, it doesn't take into effect the person's background. So don't look at the number and think, oh, well, it's 4%, I'm safe. It depends on where you are and what you do. So my number 2 point is that the unemployment number is about as funny as the hang in there cat. So it doesn't matter. It cares more about your current climate than you should about what the number says from the Department of Labor. This is a group participation. Who here has used Career Builder or Monster? And who has found a job on them? Okay. It's not really... Completely blew it. This shows traffic. This bottom line is the Star Tribune. The rest of these lines wasn't meant to be a dig. Monster, Career Builder, and Hot Jobs get 80 million hits each month. Job seekers need to know that there are other sources out there other than those 3. There are over 50,000 job sites on the internet as of 2005. It's probably blown into the 6 digits since then. Also Battlestar Galactica if anyone had missed it. New York Times came out with this tremendous graph last year. They showed how people spend their day. This is unemployed people. This is what I wanted to touch the high. This is how much people work during the day. Job seekers spend that much. They spend on average about 30 minutes a day job seeking. Tell your friends who are unemployed that's not enough. People who are looking or hoping to get a job, 75% of them think that they're going to get it from an internet job board. Only 37% of them actually do. Everybody else completely underestimates how much networking in this group matters, how much talking to people, how much actually going to the employer and asking for the job. Underrated. As much as I love to stay employed, we aren't the number 1 reason. Everything else can pass. So my number 4 reason is that job seeking shouldn't be a scarlet U for unemployed. Don't be embarrassed about it. If you know people that are looking for a job, talk to them, get the conversation going. And if you're unemployed, talk about it. So there are tools that you should be using whether or not you're employed. Make sure you're on LinkedIn. Make sure you know as many people as possible on LinkedIn. Make sure you have a Google profile set up. It's the best way to make sure people can find you when they're looking for you. If you know anybody job searching, this is my self-plug, by the way, but if you don't like it, talk to me. I'm incredibly proud of it. Make sure your friends are, instead of just Monster, using Indeed. Happy Job Search is like online Excel, but it's free and it motivates job seekers. Job Angels is the coolest thing that's come out in the last 2 years. Basically a bunch of people that hate the unemployment number and want to help people get jobs. They just spend their time helping people find jobs. Resume free online service, and like I said, there are 50,000 sites that help people find jobs. Google them. The only thing that I 100% want people to understand is that job seekers shouldn't spend money. Spending money online does not equal a job. The ladder is complete BS. Stack Overflow careers, complete BS. Don't let people spend money online. So the number 5 is that offer job seekers help. Start the conversation going. If you are a job seeker, ask for help. It's the unemployment thing we work on together. People spending half an hour a day job searching doesn't take care of it. And I've never claimed to be the #1 resource on this. We have some uber geniuses in the room. Kate Madonna at Girl Meets Geek, Paul DeBennings at Minnesota Headhunter. Also, Allison Doyle, she writes job search at about.com. And JT O'Donnell, amazing people, ask for help.